Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jared Fortner, Jared Anzalone, and we're going to do the unboxing of Jared's new 9500 watt starting watt generator and then 7600 watt running. So what that means is if you have like AC unit, and when it first kicks on, it pulls more power initially, and then it settles down and it runs at a lower power. So that's why they usually give you more of a max starting watt and then a running watt. So
it'll make 9,500 watts for just a couple seconds to get stuff up and running, and then drops down.
Backs it down.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the biggest Predator they make. This is the biggest generator that they have at Harbor Freight. So picked one up just to run my house with all the snowstorms that we're supposed to be getting this week. So I thought it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, there's been like no power down in Westfield last couple days, so you snagged this thing. This is the biggest one they make. I think current retail is 2,600, 2,500,
yeah.
But I think they had them on sale for like 2,300.
Yeah, it was $23.99.
And they compare this to the Honda 7000i, and that's like a $5,000 generator. So huge price difference between the two. So let's jump into it. So with these generators, you're probably going to see a little bit of this kind of stuff just because it is so incredibly heavy. We'll put a still shot in here of how big it actually is in the back of Jared's, what is that, a Kia Telluride?
Yeah, Telluride, yeah.
It's like barely fit. But overall, packaging held up pretty well because it is extremely heavy. So we're going to pop out of the box and show you what it comes with. We have 2 quarts of oil ready to go in case. I also have here at the shop, if I pan down here real quick, we have this Predator that we've been using at all the dirt bike races. It's worked extremely well for us. We'll do more of like a 100-hour review on that one later. But I got some 10W30 oil because that's what the manual calls for. I pre-downloaded the manual and I read it. So we'll pop this thing open and we'll go from there.
Man, you'd think we'd be used to unboxing stuff on this channel by now. And all the new bikes.
So let's pull this in real quick.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of a box within a box. And, oh, does that just pick right up off of there?
I think so. Well, packaging is pretty good, I would say. That's pretty.
You did a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, pretty durable. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know where these are made or where they come from, but wow, this is a big boy. This is a this thing is
This
huge.
gas tank is over 6 gallons.
6 gallons?
Yeah, not even a 5-gallon pail is going to fill this thing.
And this thing is heavy enough, like, yeah, I wish I knew what it weighed, but it's got to be close to 300 pounds. So with 6 gallons of fuel in it, this thing, I'm glad it comes with 4 wheels, and it's got the little dolly things, because otherwise.
Does it click in?
Oh, it clicks in, nice. I wonder if it's got multiple. Nope, just one.
So it's just out or down? Does it click down or does it hold on to it and let it go down?
No.
So it's just going to kind of like...
Yeah, just kind of wobble, which is fine.
And this isn't a generator that you're going to take camping. I can't admit, no, because like no camper is going to need this much, and you're not dragging this around. This is purely for you at the house there.
Yeah, this is not a good like go to the race type generator like our 5,000 watt one there. This is like a put it in your garage, wire it in, and then when you need backup power, this is what you go to. I mean, it is mobile, but you wouldn't want to be moving this thing on a monthly basis or definitely weekly basis.
So this is what came with a generator. It was actually tucked all up underneath of it. So the funnel's a little squish, which isn't a big deal. And inside of this box, oh, look at that, dude. You get some plugs with this thing.
Oh, no way. So some adapters?
Yeah, you can make all your own stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I know you can like charge a regular 12-volt battery in the right mode on this. So they give you...
Really?
I think there's jumper cables in there. I wouldn't say jumper cables, like charging cord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this must be 12 volt out.
Definitely shouldn't say jumping, but like that's to charge your battery.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Comes with
a ton of these things.
Yeah, 120. These are good. I know I just had to buy one of these at the store. These were $23, so that's a 4-prong 240 plug. That's cool that it comes with all that stuff.
So it didn't come with oil, I don't think. So one thing we're gonna note, Jared, we just pulled it out, and you notice that this brake is pretty bent here.
Yeah.
It's creased a little bit, and the packaging I thought was fine. Like we looked over the whole box.
Yeah.
This comes with a super heavy duty. Sorry, I'm gonna make you guys sick with our gimbal here. If I can get it to catch up. This is the wooden pallet that I was sitting on, and that would have been the corner there. So like the packaging seemed okay, but we'll just take some pliers, Jared, and we'll pull that out, make it better. So.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Everything else looks okay though. Looks
like not even like a scratch on it really.
No,
so
that's mint.
We'll give them an 8 out of 10 for packaging because you do have one error, but other than that, I think you're okay. Now this is a remote. No, it's not remote start.
Okay.
It's push button start from what I read.
Okay.
But it does have a backup pull start, so I'm curious to see how hard this is going to be to pull.
I'm sure it's a beast. I don't even know how many cc's this thing is. So like I said, I didn't do any research on it, so.
Oil fill access door. Now, it must be the other side that the panel comes off, because with a recoil in the way, that's not going to pop off. This is where we're going to fill the oil, so.
Yeah, connect battery inside for the electric start. So yeah, we'll have to pop a couple things off.
Looks like a couple 8 or 10 millimeter bolts. Looks like there's 2. We can turn this around so the lighting's better. So we'll grab some tools, we'll spin this around, and then we're gonna take the side panel off. So before we do the oil, I thought we would give you guys the initial features. So parking brake here on this wheel, exhaust is here, recoil, oil fill access door, which we'll learn about that more in a minute. It does have the fuel gauge. It's just a normal, like, not digital. As we put gas in it, that little, it's hard to see it tucked way over there because it's completely empty. That'll fill and come this way. Gas goes in here. And then this is like the main control panel that everybody wants to learn about, of course. And so this is this on or off. So start, on, and then over here we have the on or off for the, they call it the ESC throttle. To me, that's always just been like smart mode, where it'll idle down. So when this is off, the generator is going to continually run at the highest output all the time. If you put it in the on mode, this will let the generator idle down to like whatever is being pulled off of it. So if you have something really small plugged in, it doesn't need the full power of the generator. That's what that is for. You have a couple USB ports there. Obviously our meter is 0. And so put that back in. We have off, run, and start. So for the first, pretty much every time you're gonna wanna use the choke according to the manual. Whether you're doing electric start or pull start, you always wanna use the choke. After 20 seconds it said in the manual, you just go back to run. It's kind of cool. It's got a couple alarms, and our low oil lights actually worked on the other Predator before too. So that one I know for sure is a nice feature to have. And this is where you can go like 120 only, or 120/240. If you're on this, your 120 selections get less. It pulls some of the power away. If you want 120 only, I would probably just keep it on that. Obviously with your house, you're probably going to have it over here more, Jared.
Yeah,
I assume.
I would have my house wired for 240 in. That way I can run everything, my hot water heater and all that stuff.
Yeah, the whole house.
Yeah.
I think from what I read, these are the parallel connection kit. You need both positive, negative. So you have 2 of these. You can hook them together. I believe. I guess I don't know what this little guy is for. I'm not sure what that one is. This is that DC. This is where you could plug in that like positive and negative jumper. No, I shouldn't say jumper cables to charge like a battery.
Yeah.
The prongs there. A couple circuit breakers. Another circuit breaker inside of this one.
30 amp one.
Yeah, bigger one. And then
That's your 240 plug.
Yep, 240.
That's standard 4-prong 240. It's got like a ground, 2 neutrals, or ground neutral and 2 hots. And then that's all 110.
This is like if you had like a camper van or something. That's what I'm used to. Like on ours, we have that 120 is normal to me. So most generators that are smaller only have these 3 selections. This is kind of what we're gaining over here, is that bigger 240 with this being so big. So that's the control panel in a nutshell. So if you're curious what it looks like, that's that. Let's jump into the oil change stuff. So we have an 8mm wrench, and Jared's just gonna unspin. I think it's just gonna be these lower 2 bolts. They'll come out. I'm not sure if the bolt comes all the way out or if it stays in the cover.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to.
Okay, they do come out.
It's got a little handle right here for grabbing.
Right in the middle.
Yep, right in the middle. So that's that.
So that little door said to make sure you plug your battery into, which
Yep.
I think we'll do the oil. We'll check the oil first.
So, well, isn't the oil on the other side because it said the
Yeah,
oil?
I think it is. So that panel does come off on the other side too. So air filter here, it's easy to get to. You just pull the little connector, right? And then, is there 2? Oh, I bet it rocks out.
Oh yeah.
The air filter is right back in there.
It's a pretty good size air filter.
It
this
is.
one.
Well, this is a big generator.
There you go.
There it is. Back on.
Perfect. All right.
Spark plug is here. I guess we can hook the battery up because we're on this side now.
I'll grab a set of deck.
So the terminals are connected together by a zip tie. So we'll cut those. Probably wasn't a bad idea if you guys are at home. Jared, we're gonna load this up in Jared's car and he's gonna take it home, but probably to charge the starting battery wouldn't be a bad idea because you never know how long these generators are sitting before you take them home.
Yeah.
And what do we have here? We just need a regular, looks like a Phillips head screwdriver
Yep.
and like a 10mm.
Might be 8 mil. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, so a Phillips and a 10, and we'll get these connected. So we simply got the negative and the positive terminals hooked up. We're good to go. And like we said, air filters on this side. You can see the gas tank. It's kind of nice. It sucks right at the bottom, so it'll use all the fuel. It doesn't have like a weird pickup like in the side of the tank, which we think is exciting. And so we're going to close this side back up. And what do we got, Jared? I'm sure it's just going to clip underneath of here.
Yep, just 2 little clips, slides right in, goes right into place here. Let me just grab this thing.
Whiz them back in. And then we'll spin this thing around on our counter and we'll show you guys the other side.
Oil fill access door to the full mark.
So it looks like there's, just the bottom part is going to come off.
I think it's just this
Holy
little guy.
Smokes. I was thinking this whole panel was going to come off like their side, but
I think.
good catch there, dude. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it right there. Look at that.
Sweet.
That's why they give you the nice handy dandy extender funnel.
Yeah, this is easy to get to. Let's see. I don't think it comes with oil, but let's check it out.
Should be pretty dry.
Moment of truth.
Bone dry, I think. Well, it's got some.
Well, full on this is to like the corner right here.
Oh, okay.
So it's completely dry. Well, obviously they had oil in it because they ran it at some point.
Yeah, quality control.
So what we need to do is fill it so that it's at the bottom of these threads. So we're gonna grab the funnel they gave us, and we got some oil.
Perfect.
Just gonna grab the directions real quick, and we're gonna double check all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you guys at home, shows you right there. Full level is at the bottom of the threads. So I wish it gave us a number so we knew what we were shooting for. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can kind of start to fill it. So we're gonna start with one quart, and we'll see how much it takes here. I'm gonna take one of our shop tools. At the shop here we have these little rags or oil absorbent. So if we do start to overflow it, check that out. Jared won't have any oil spilling in his garage later.
Yeah, or in the back of the Telluride,
That's true.
my wife wouldn't be too thrilled.
Sure. Yeah. So right now we have used roughly 700 cc's, and looks like
I can see oil in there, but I think we got a little bit of a ways to go.
I feel like my other generator was pretty cool. It almost ended up being almost exactly a quart.
Might be because I can, like I said, I can see the oil in here.
It'd be cool if it was a straight quart. That way you're not at home. You're not like guessing.
Okay, that's like 95% of a quart, and we'll see what we're working with here. Oh yeah.
Oh, capacity is 37 ounces. So on the very first table of the manual, and this thing has
That's got to be.
32.
Okay.
Oh, that's silly. It's going to take more.
Well,
But who knows how much oil is in it from...
that's full, and I left like a little. I don't know if you can see that on the camera.
smidge
Yeah,
at the
there's a
bottom.
smidge. There's just a little bit, and if you zoom in there,
Oh, yeah.
I
Good
am
work.
just past the.
Heck yeah. He's literally at the bottom of those threads. Oops. Sorry. He's literally at the bottom of the threads like he's supposed to be. So if this was a full engine rebuild, you would take... Sorry, gimbal. You would take 37 fluid ounces.
Yeah. So
But
really
because this has already been run and there was some oil on this dipstick. So if you guys are doing this at home and you're just getting one, you could buy 1 quart, I would assume.
Yep.
If yours is like ours, and that'll be all you need.
Should be it. And this table's pretty level. That would affect
Oh,
the
yeah.
oil level as well, but since we're working on a perfectly level floor and
Nice shop.
Yeah,
Our
nice shop.
motorcycle lift here at the shop. So
yeah, it's level.
in my mind, when I'm working on stuff here at the shop, as long as I have oil and coolant, but this does not need coolant, I'm usually pretty happy with things.
Here, cool.
Yep.
The
Let's show real quick. Pop that back out. Sorry.
No, you're
How do we drain the oil? Just to give people at home. Okay, so that's like the drain bolt right there. And what's cool, Jared, I think is this pops out,
oh yeah.
and then I think
Oh,
is there
there's-
like a hole down there?
There is. There's a little rubber tab right here,
Yeah.
and then the plastic is molded to where the oil would
That's
drain
gonna-
out.
Exactly.
You want me to pop
It is
this
so
thing
cool.
out so
Yeah,
you
might
can
as
see?
well.
So you can see.
Yeah.
That. So it's molded.
Built-in tray.
You'd have to do a little bit of mopping up with paper towels when you're done, but it'll come out right out the bottom of that.
Yeah. So it's gonna come out of the drain bolt right into this pan that's got designated for it. It's gonna flow right down here, and you could catch it on the bottom. And there's plenty of room here for a normal drain pan. So
Yep.
if you guys are trying to think about like maintenance on this, air filter was easy. I did struggle putting it back on, but I was doing it with one hand, and as soon as Jared. Better lighting, it went right on. Oil change is going to be easy too.
One thing to note while we're working on this that I notice is the exhaust on this thing is huge. Like the muffler is really big, and I'm excited to hear how quiet this thing is. So I'm sure my neighbors will appreciate not hearing a generator just screaming outside the house for a while. And
there is a spark arrestor on this, so you might have to clean it occasionally. I did read in the manual. This manual is really thorough while Jared's doing that. It's thorough in the fact that it gives you charts in here. So if you're like curious on like what you can run at the same time, I think it was toward the back when I was reading it. I haven't actually opened this paper manual, it was online. It gave you, also parts diagrams, which for us, we love that kind of stuff. So Jared, if you ever need stuff, parts diagrams are right in the back.
That's always been an argument about Predators. I think people are like, oh, well, you can't get parts for them. But Harbor Freight carries replacement motors. Like if the motor blew up on this thing, you can just buy a complete crate motor ready to go.
Here we go. This was that calculating the wattage table. As Jared's struggling with the door over there.
I got it.
So what you have to do is to push it in pretty hard?
Yeah, I had to push it in. It's definitely a snug fit. I just wiggled it a little bit and pushed it, and it went right in.
You're being too nice to it. It's brand new.
Yeah.
So anyway, cool little table. You can have an idea of like, you can like add up and subtract like what you got. They give you an example down here. So if you guys are curious at home, I thought the manual was really thorough when I read it. When I bought the other one that we showed you earlier, that 5,000 watt, that one, I loved the manual on that too. I thought it was good and clean. But now all we have to do for you guys is we're going to throw some fuel in it. And let's see, what does it say? Fill gas and fuel. So stabilizer, obviously, if you're not going to use it much, it's good to have stable in it.
Yeah, or another thing to do is ethanol-free fuel is what I'll be running exclusively in this thing. And any small engine really should be putting ethanol-free fuel in it. The ethanol turns to, I don't know, it gums up carburetors and you don't get the reliability or longevity out of it. So.
Yeah, it says no ED5 on top of it here.
Yeah.
We're upside down for these stickers, but if you guys turn your computer upside down real quick, you can see all those little warning decals. Yeah, basically before you start it, fill gas and check oil, which obviously we just did the oil. We just did our battery. Yeah, so battery's hooked up. And so let's put it on the ground first and then we'll fill it with fuel.
Sounds good.
Here's a better look at these decals for you guys at home. We'll just kind of scan up through here. And Jared, let's grab that gas right there and we'll throw it in it.
Got the dirt bike quick fuel can here.
That's right. This dirt bike's heading to Hawaii. We're in New York, by the way. It's pretty cool. What's cool with these cans is Jared had to activate it by pulling up on the black, and it lets the gas out. And when he lets down on it, it'll shut it off so we don't overfill it. Oh, it's got the pre-screen in there too, which I really like, the filter.
Yep.
And so if we're at like a dirt bike race or if you're camping, this one I don't think is going to go do those things. But it's nice having that filter in there. You can take that filter right out and clean it out. So.
Yep. Actually, I caught some leaves and a clump of dirt off of my gas can when I was filling my other generator earlier this week.
Nice. Well, that's a good thing.
Yep.
All right, so we've got fuel. What I thought we should do first is try the pull start.
Sure.
When I did that other one.
Let's make sure.
Yeah, so let's go over here and check this thing out.
Never mind, that's electric. Oops, okay. So I just turned the switch to on. It's a three-way switch.
Yep. And then so start. Up would have been start on that switch, middle is on, and bottom is off. So Jared's in the middle now. We're on choke. We're going to turn smart throttle off. So we're inside here, so we're not going to run it too long, but let's see. 1.
Two poles, brand new. That's actually not very loud. That's half the loudness of my old generator. Wow. That's good, man.
So we don't want to run it too long inside here at the shop. Dude, that was so quiet. That's incredibly quiet.
That is really quiet. I'm impressed with that. That is not very loud at all.
Let's try real quick. Let's just try. So gas is back on, and let's just try this.
You might have to turn that to the start. Put it on the choke.
I was hoping it was kind of warmed up. I might have been.
No, that ain't bad at all.
No. So it wanted the start to turn it on, but as soon as it was running, it was kind of puking out. So
Yeah.
once we flicked it back to run, it actually ran a lot better. We can go outside and run it for a minute, just so you guys know at home. It's there's a winter storm warning. Our phones just went off. The travel ban going to be in effect for the expressway local here. Here, I'll just crack the door. Ready?
Yep.
We'll get it outside first, and then
I'll be right.
we'll put some clothes on. How heavy does it feel with that?
It's not bad by the handles. You could wheel this thing around. It's like a wheelbarrow. It doesn't feel too bad at all.
usable. So I'm not sure what the wind is going to do,
Yeah.
especially with both of our mics on.
I'm gonna grab my hoodie real quick.
Okay. Jared's grabbing his hoodie, so I already have mine on. So I'm gonna go here and we'll start it. So smart throttle's on now.
Okay.
It is so windy out here, so hopefully, hopefully you guys aren't getting blown over. And then we'll take smart throttle back off one more time. So this is wide open.
Yeah.
So this is as fast as it's gonna run.
I'm not even kidding. It's half as loud as my last
That is so insane.
non-inverter type generator. Yeah, that is so quiet.
That's wide open.
Dude, you could sleep right next to that thing and barely even hear it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so good.
It takes forever for it to shut down. It's such a big motor. It's like
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
It's got to be like 500 cc. I'm gonna Google it later.
It
I
is.
gotta find
No, it is.
It is
It-
500
yeah,
cc. Yeah, that is quite a bit of power.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. That was a really quick setup of a Predator 9500 starting watt generator. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to our channel. We'll see you soon.